Have you ever woken up thinking you're doing everything right, but somehow you still feel tired, foggy, and even a bit cranky after breakfast? Or maybe, no matter how hard you try to eat healthy, your body just doesn't seem to cooperate anymore. Let me be real with you. For years, I was making one simple mistake every single morning without having a clue. And this mistake was secretly sending my blood sugar skyrocketing before my day even started. It left me drained, hungry all the time, and feeling like my energy was slipping away with every year that passed after 60. Honestly, I thought it was just part of getting older, but I was wrong. If this topic matters to you, hit the like button right now. It helps the video reach more people who need this information. That's why you need to stick with me until the end of this video. Because today, I'm going to show you the 7 most common morning mistakes that are quietly causing your blood sugar to spike, especially if you're over 60. I know this because I was doing almost all of them myself. And once I fixed these habits, everything changed. My energy came back, my cravings disappeared, and even my mood got so much better. Number 7, waking up stressed out. I used to think stress was just part of life, especially in the morning. You know how it goes. You wake up, check your phone, read the news, and bam, something upsetting pops up right away. Maybe it's bad news, family problems, money worries, or even just that sinking feeling of another long day ahead. And before you even realize it, your chest feels tight, your mind is racing, and your heart's beating faster. That used to be me every single morning. I didn't know it back then, but starting the day like that was quietly messing up my blood sugar, even before I had my first bite of food. What really shocked me was learning how stress alone, even without eating anything, can make your body dump sugar into your bloodstream. I remember one morning, I hadn't eaten yet, but after dealing with a stressful phone call, I felt lightheaded, shaky, and strangely hungry. I couldn't figure it out. Turns out, when you wake up and jump straight into stress, whether it's rushing around, worrying, or getting overwhelmed, your body thinks you're in danger. And as crazy as it sounds, it releases sugar into your blood to give you energy to handle that stress. And the worst part, if you're over 60, your body doesn't handle that sugar spike as well as it did when you were younger. I used to blame my tiredness, mood swings, and sudden hunger on just getting older. But no, it was a sneaky morning stress making things worse. It's like starting your day with an invisible sugar bomb going off in your body without even eating anything yet. That realization blew my mind, and honestly, it made me rethink my entire morning routine. What helped me the most was slowing things down. I started doing one simple thing. Before checking my phone, before turning on the TV, I take 5 deep breaths. I know it sounds silly, but just that tiny pause helps calm my mind. I also stopped watching the news first thing. Instead, I open the window, look outside, and let the fresh air hit my face. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. My mornings feel lighter, calmer, and my energy lasts way longer. Trust me, if you wake up every day feeling rushed, overwhelmed, or stuck in negative thoughts, it's not just in your head. Your body is reacting. And that reaction is quietly pushing your blood sugar higher without you even realizing. So, take this as a little sign from someone who's been there. You deserve peaceful mornings. Your body needs it. And your energy, your mood, and even your cravings later in the day will thank you for it. Number 6, skipping fiber at breakfast. Let me be honest with you. I never really thought about fiber when it came to breakfast. Seriously, back then, it sounded like one of those boring things that health nuts worried about. Not someone like me who just wanted to enjoy a simple morning. My breakfast used to be pretty typical. Maybe a couple of slices of toast, a banana, and of course, coffee. It felt quick, easy, and pretty healthy, or so I thought. But then came that same feeling every morning. About an hour later, boom, sudden hunger, low energy, and that weird, shaky kind of tiredness that made me feel like I hadn't eaten anything at all. It got to a point where I started wondering, why does my energy crash every morning? I was doing what most people do, a light breakfast, right? But little did I know, skipping fiber was like starting my day without breaks. Picture this. Imagine pouring sugar into a glass of water. It dissolves instantly, right? That's exactly what happens when you eat carbs without fiber. Your body absorbs that sugar like a sponge, super fast. And what does that lead to? A blood sugar spike that feels like a sugar roller coaster. I had no idea that toast or even fruit, things I thought were fine, could hit me that hard without fiber to slow it down. And honestly, it made my mornings miserable. I'd go from feeling fine to suddenly starving, foggy, and desperate for another snack, usually something sweet, just to pick myself back up. It wasn't just about being hungry. My mood tanked. I'd feel cranky, impatient, and even a little anxious without really knowing why. All because my breakfast wasn't giving me what my body needed to stay steady. It's like trying to drive a car downhill without brakes. It feels fine for a second, until it doesn't. The real change came when I finally started adding fiber to my mornings. And guess what? It wasn't hard or complicated. I didn't have to eat salads for breakfast or do anything weird. Simple things made a huge difference. Adding a handful of berries, throwing some chia seeds into my oatmeal, or swapping white bread for something whole grain. Even adding a few nuts did the trick. The result? No more sudden hunger attacks. No more crashing energy. My mornings finally started feeling smooth, steady, and way more enjoyable. So take it from me. If your mornings feel like a sugar roller coaster, you eat, then crash, then crave more, it's not your fault. You probably just need more fiber. It's like giving your body the tools it needs to slow things down, stay balanced, and actually feel full. I wish someone had told me this years ago. It's such a small change, but wow, it can transform how you feel all morning long. And honestly, once you try it, you'll never want to go back. Number 5, drinking fruit juice in the morning. I got to be honest with you. For years, I truly believed that starting my day with a glass of fresh orange juice was the healthiest choice ever. I mean, that's what we all grew up hearing, right? A glass of juice, some toast, maybe a piece of fruit. That's what a balanced breakfast was supposed to look like. I remember pouring that bright, cold juice into my glass, feeling like I was doing something good for my body. It felt fresh, natural, and honestly, it tasted amazing. But little did I know, that innocent-looking glass was secretly working against me, sending my blood sugar soaring before my day even started. Here's the thing nobody told me. When you take the fiber out of fruit, you're basically left with sugar water. Yep, that's the harsh truth I wish someone had told me sooner. I remember one morning, after drinking a big glass of apple juice, I felt jittery, restless, and strangely hungry about 30 minutes later. At first, I thought, that's weird, maybe I just didn't eat enough. But no, it was the juice. Without the fiber from a whole fruit, all that natural sugar hits your bloodstream like a freight train. Fast, intense, and honestly, pretty brutal on your body, especially after 60. I started noticing a pattern. Every time I had juice in the morning, whether it was orange, apple, or even those fancy green juices, I'd feel good for maybe 20 minutes. But then, crash, sudden hunger, brain fog, and this weird, anxious feeling that just wouldn't go away until I grabbed something else to eat, usually something sweet or starchy. And it wasn't just about feeling hungry. My energy dipped, my focus disappeared, and honestly, my mood went downhill fast. I kept thinking, what's wrong with me? When really, it was that sneaky sugar bomb I drank first thing. The day I finally swapped juice for real, Whole Foods was a game changer. Instead of drinking orange juice, I started eating an actual orange. Instead of apple juice, I had some apple slices with a handful of nuts. Simple swaps. Nothing crazy. And you know what? No more shaky mornings. No more crashing energy. I felt fuller, steadier, and way more in control of my hunger all morning long. I couldn't believe how something so small made such a massive difference in how I felt. So if you're like I was, thinking that glass of juice is doing your body a favor, let me be the friend who tells you the truth. Your body doesn't need that morning sugar bomb. It needs real food. Food that is fiber, that slows things down, that keeps your blood sugar steady, and gives you lasting energy. Trust me, once you ditch the juice and swap it for something real, your mornings will never be the same, and you'll wonder how nobody told you this sooner. Number 4, not eating protein at breakfast. I'll be honest with you. For most of my life, I never thought protein was something to worry about in the morning. Protein was for lunch, dinner, maybe a steak or chicken later in the day, right? Breakfast? Nah. My mornings were all about toast, fruit, maybe some cereal, and of course, coffee. And I honestly thought I was doing everything right. But here's the thing nobody told me. Skipping protein at breakfast was like trying to start my day on an empty tank. I didn't realize it, but it was one of the biggest reasons why my blood sugar felt like a roller coaster every single morning. It took me way too long to figure this out, but protein isn't just for building muscles. It's like an anchor for your blood sugar. Without it, anything else you eat, even healthy stuff, hits your bloodstream fast and hard. I remember so clearly one morning when I had some toast with jam and a banana, felt fine for about 30 minutes. Then, bam, sudden hunger, brain fog, and that weird shaky feeling like my body was running on fumes. And the worst part? I'd start craving sugar like crazy, even though I had just eaten. Once I connected the dots, it was like everything finally made sense. Protein acts like a shield. It slows things down, keeps your blood sugar steady, and helps you feel full for way longer. Without it, I was basically pouring fuel on a fire. Quick energy that burned out fast and left me feeling worse than before. And trust me, it wasn't just about feeling hungry. My mood would tank. I'd get snappy, irritated, and sometimes even anxious, and I never understood why, until I realized my breakfast was missing something crucial. The good news? Fixing it was way easier than I thought. I didn't need to cook a giant meal or eat anything weird. Simple changes did the trick. A couple of boiled eggs, a scoop of Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, or even some peanut butter on toast. Small, easy things that made a huge difference. I felt fuller, more satisfied, and most importantly, my energy actually lasted. No more mid-morning crashes. No more staring at the clock, waiting for lunch. It was like flipping a switch in my body. So, if your mornings leave you feeling tired, cranky, or constantly hungry, don't blame yourself. And don't blame your age either. You probably just need more protein first thing. It's such a small shift, but honestly, it changed everything for me. Your body deserves that steady energy. Your mornings deserve to feel good, not like a battle against your own hunger. Trust me, once you start adding a little protein, you'll never want to go back. Number 3, eating a breakfast full of simple carbs. Oh man, if there's one mistake I made over and over again, it was this one right here. For years, my breakfast looked like what most people consider normal. A couple of slices of white toast, maybe some cereal, a bit of jam, and of course, a hot cup of coffee. Sometimes I'd even throw in a little fruit thinking, hey, this is healthy, right? But let me tell you, I couldn't figure out why. Every single morning, I'd feel like I was running on empty within an hour. Hungry, tired, and grumpy, like my body had hit a wall. Turns out, my so-called healthy breakfast was actually a sugar bomb in disguise. It's wild when you think about it. Foods like white bread, regular cereals, crackers, pancakes, or even plain toast with jam, they might look harmless, but inside your body, they act just like straight-up sugar. I remember one morning, I had some pancakes with syrup and a bit of fruit on the side. Felt amazing for about 20 minutes, all cozy, warm, and satisfied. And then, the crash. Suddenly I was shaky, starving, and ready to eat anything I could find, even though I had just finished breakfast not long ago. That's when it finally clicked for me. This wasn't about eating too little. It was about what I was eating. The real problem with simple carbs is that they hit your bloodstream like a tidal wave. No breaks, no slowing down. Your body processes them so fast that your blood sugar spikes super high, and then crashes just as quickly. And let me tell you, that crash feels terrible. Foggy brain, low energy, mood swings, and that desperate feeling of, why am I already hungry again? I used to think it was just part of getting older, but nope. It was those sneaky morning carbs setting me up to fail before the day even started. Once I realized this, changing it was surprisingly simple. I started swapping out the simple stuff for better choices. Instead of white bread, I went for whole grain. Instead of sugary cereal, I had oatmeal with nuts and berries. And guess what? My mornings stopped feeling like a fight. My energy lasted longer. My mood was steady, and those wild sugar cravings before lunch? Gone. It wasn't about eating less. It was about eating smarter. And my body felt the difference almost immediately. So if your breakfast looks anything like mine used to, toast, cereal, pancakes, crackers, or anything loaded with sugar, hear me out. It's not your fault. This is what most of us were taught growing up, but now you know better. And once you swap those simple carbs for something more balanced, you're going to feel the difference. Your energy, your mood, and even your cravings are going to improve in ways you didn't think were possible. I promise you, this change is absolutely worth it. Number 2, only drinking coffee without eating anything. This one hit me hard. For years, I thought I was doing something smart. I'd wake up, pour myself a nice hot cup of coffee, sometimes 2, and skip breakfast entirely. I'm not that hungry in the morning, I'd tell myself. Or I'd say, coffee's enough to get me going. And for a little while, it kind of worked. That warm cup gave me a little energy, woke me up, and made me feel ready for the day, or so I thought. But what I didn't realize was that this simple habit was quietly sending my blood sugar and my mood on a crazy roller coaster. I started noticing this pattern. About an hour or so after my coffee, I'd feel weird, shaky, jittery. My heart would race a little. And even though I hadn't eaten anything, I'd feel this strange hunger mixed with anxiety. At first, I thought, well, that's just coffee doing its thing. But nope, it was more than that. What nobody told me is that when you drink coffee on an empty stomach, especially if you're over 60, your body freaks out a little. The caffeine tells your system, hey, we need energy now. And guess where that energy comes from? Your own blood sugar. It's kind of wild when you think about it. Your body responds to that caffeine rush by dumping sugar into your bloodstream, even if you haven't eaten a single bite. It's like your system is trying to help you wake up, but ends up flooding you with sugar you didn't ask for. And for someone like me, who already struggles with blood sugar ups and downs, this was like throwing gasoline on a fire. I'd go from wired to exhausted, from feeling fine to starving. And it all started with that innocent cup of coffee on an empty stomach. Once I figured this out, everything changed. I didn't have to give up coffee. Thank goodness for that. But now, I always eat something small before I take that first sip. A boiled egg, a handful of nuts, or even just a piece of toast with peanut butter. It's such a simple thing, but it makes a massive difference. No more jitters. No more mid-morning crashes. And honestly, my mood is so much better. I feel steady, calm, like my body finally isn't fighting me every morning. So listen, if you've been starting your day with just coffee, thinking it harmless or even helpful, I've been there, and I can tell you, it's not doing you any favors. Your body needs more than caffeine to start the day right. Give it a little something solid, something real. You'll be amazed at how much better you feel. More energy, better focus, fewer cravings, and way fewer crashes. Trust me, this tiny change can completely transform your mornings. Number 1, skipping breakfast entirely. If there's one mistake that really fooled me for years, it's this one right here, skipping breakfast. I used to think I was being smart. I'm not really hungry in the morning, I'd tell myself. Or maybe it's better if I don't eat. Fewer calories, right? Oh, how wrong I was. I had no idea that skipping breakfast, especially after 60, was quietly messing with my blood sugar in ways I never imagined. It felt harmless. I'd sip some water, have my coffee, and just wait until lunch. But behind the scenes, my body was struggling and I had no clue. At first, it seemed fine. I wasn't that hungry. I felt a little light. But okay. But then, late morning would hit like a brick wall. Suddenly, I was starving. My energy tanked. I get shaky, cranky, and super unfocused. And when lunch finally came, oh boy, I wasn't just hungry, I was ravenous. I'd end up eating way more than I needed, usually reaching for carbs, bread, or something sweet just to make that awful, empty feeling go away. And you know what? I kept wondering, why does my body feel so out of control? What I didn't know is that when you skip breakfast, your body actually thinks you're in some kind of survival mode. It says no food? No problem. I'll make my own energy. And how does it do that? By releasing sugar into your bloodstream. Yep, even though you didn't eat, your blood sugar spikes anyway. It's like your liver hits the panic button, dumping sugar into your blood to keep you going. But guess what? For someone over 60, whose body isn't as quick at handling sugar as it used to be, this turns into a disaster. High blood sugar, followed by a crash. And then the cycle starts all over again. The day I finally stopped skipping breakfast, everything changed. I didn't eat anything fancy, just something simple. A boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, a bit of Greek yogurt, or some nuts and fruit. And wow, what a difference. My morning stopped feeling like a fight. No more brain fog. No more sudden, crazy hunger. My energy lasted. My mood was steadier. And those wild cravings that haunted me before, gone. It felt like my body finally sighed in relief and said, "Thank you." So, look, if you've been skipping breakfast thinking you're helping yourself, please believe me when I say, I've been there, and it's not helping. In fact, it's quietly making everything harder for your body. You deserve mornings that feel good, not like a battle against hunger, tiredness, and mood swings. Trust me, adding a simple, balanced breakfast might just be the best gift you can give yourself. It's small, it's doable, and it changes everything. You know, looking back, I wish someone had told me these things years ago. For so long, I just thought feeling tired, cranky, and hungry all morning was part of getting older. Like, that's just how life goes after 60. But let me tell you something from the bottom of my heart. It's not. Your body still wants to feel good. It still wants steady energy, clear focus, and peaceful mornings. All it needs is the right kind of fuel and a little kindness from you. And here's the truth. I'm not sharing this to tell you to flip your whole life upside down overnight. No way. I've learned that small steps make the biggest difference. You don't have to go from 0 to perfect in one day. Maybe it's as simple as adding a little protein tomorrow morning or swapping juice for real fruit. Maybe you just start by taking a deep breath before you let stress take over your morning. Tiny changes. That's how real transformation happens. But hey, I also have to say this because it matters. I'm not a doctor. I'm just someone who's been through it, figured some things out, and wants to share it with you. So before making any big changes to your routine, especially if you're dealing with health conditions or medications, talk to your doctor. Make sure the changes fit you. Your health, your needs, your life. It's always better to have that guidance, and it shows that you're taking real care of yourself. The most important thing I've learned, it's never too late. Never. Your body is always listening. And the moment you start giving it the right support, it responds. You'll start waking up with more energy. You'll feel that calm, steady focus that's been missing for too long. You'll enjoy your mornings again, not just survive them. And you'll realize aging doesn't have to mean feeling worse. It can actually mean feeling wiser and better. So my friend, if this video helped you, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share it with someone you care about, and make sure to subscribe. Because this journey, we're on it together. You've got more control over your mornings, your health, and your life than you've ever been told. And trust me, the best is still ahead.